realize it every time I say the word as a question mark on the end of it. And so, they came. The machine gave us something, a cohesion, a unity. They transformed the disjointed ephemera of another time, clamoring in their headless diffusion.
Hi everybody, this is Andi, Kravljaca, lead vocalist for Aeon Zen, here to take you through some of the steps behind the making of the companion audiobook for our brand new album, Ephemera. Now, starting with the previous album, Enigma, that was already a concept album in and of itself. It was based around the story of a man who comes into a lot of money and ends up destroying the universe. So what we thought we'd do for Ephemera is basically continue that story into what happens after the universe has been destroyed. The great thing about that, of course, is, well, all bets are off. You've already destroyed the universe, so you might as well tell an absolutely fantastic sci-fi-esque story, which we tried to do in this case.
The fragments of memories of the time before, previously unintelligible, became clear as the experience of the world combined into a focused vision under the watchful eye of the entity.
So asking ourselves the question, what happens after the universe is destroyed, we answered it in our own crazy Aeon Zen way by inventing a machine called the Entity. Now what the Entity does is it rebuilds the universe into this kind of mechanized, dehumanized, cyborgified, electronified science fiction nightmare of a cyborg universe which combines all organic matter into some sort of digital servants. And of course the story is that one person, one man, finds the ability to break out of this and then decides to basically jailbreak the rest of humanity in a great war against man and machine. How original. So the great thing about doing a concept album is you don't just have to tell the story over the space of 4 or 5 minutes, which would have been difficult. You can tell it over the space of 40 or maybe 50 minutes and really expand what goes on before, what goes on during, what goes on after. And the problem we ended up was we had all this story. We had way too much story. So what we thought we'd do, especially to reward some of you guys for being loyal fans to us, pre-ordering the album and basically getting it before everybody else, is tell you some of the story behind this universe.
Glimpses of a world thought lost, dreams once thought diseased flashings, began to pulsate with life in all of us.
And because I had some experience doing audiobooks, I used to work with making audiobooks for 5 years before joining Aeon Zen and joining the career path that I'm on right now, we had the idea to make an audiobook, a 4-episode or 4-chapter audiobook, which tells a collection of short stories from the Ephemera universe. You'll hear some of what's going on with the man-machine struggle. You'll hear some of the background story of how we bridge the gap between Enigma and Ephemera. You'll hear some of what's going on with the Entity and how it works. You'll hear some of the conclusion of the story of how this war finally pans out. And this is all done over here by myself. I've gotten a very generous creative license by Rich, who, by the way, is the author of the concept itself, to basically take his stuff, adapt it a little bit into a little bit more of a literary form, to flesh some of the story out, and to make these episodes, which I'm recording right here in my studio with just this little handheld microphone, and trying to get as much of a performance as possible out of my own voice, and of course getting some excellent people to contribute their own voices as well, and really make this a vivid and vibrant audio production.
Reborn humanity, and the memory of what it was we lost, what it was we were fighting for.
So we hope you enjoy the companion audiobook for Ephemera, and we hope that it entices some of you to pre-order the album. It's out September 1st, but to tide you over, we hope that this audiobook manages to do at least a decent job.